Hello, coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Raphinha, as it has been reported that Barcelona could consider selling the winger in the summer if he does not explode. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then, secondly, talking about Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola, who recently claims that winning the World Cup does not change Messi's status as the GOAT. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, before we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. When Barcelona fought off Chelsea in the race to sign Raphinha from Leeds United last summer, it was seen as a major coup. The Blaugrana agreed on a deal worth €60 million, including add-ons, to sign the winger. The Brazilian was coming on the back of a fine season at Leeds United and was seen as a player who could be a difference maker in attack for the club. However, midway through the campaign, things have not exactly worked out well as expected for Raphinha at Barca. While the winger showed promise initially in the pre-season, his form once the actual campaign started has been worrisome. Indeed, the winger, who recently turned 26 years old, has been inconsistent and ineffective for large parts of the season. There was a brief period when he was not seen as a starter by manager Xavi Hernandez either. Back at the club after missed World Cup when Brazil went to the quarterfinals, Raphinha's performance will be under the scanner going forward, according to Sport, and the club could consider parting ways with him in case the winger does not start delivering. The coaching staff at Barcelona is hoping that, having had enough time to adapt at the club, the forward will explode in the second half of the campaign and, of course, help the team win trophies. In 18 matches thus far across all competitions, he has scored just 2 goals, which is not what Barca were expecting from him. His performances in Europe have left a lot to be desired as well. The report states that Barca were aware that it would take time for Raphinha to adapt to the club, given that he had played as much smaller teams in his career. At the same time, his role at Camp Nou is so different from what he used, to play at various clubs or previous clubs. However, manager Xavi expects a lot more from Raphinha, especially in one-on-one situations as well as his goal outputs. So they will assess his situation at the end of the campaign. Raphinha's situation has not helped at all, in part by the uncertainty over his position. The winger generally prefers to play in the right flank, but that slot is locked in by Ousmane Dembele, who is Xavi's preferred choice. Should Ansu Fati also gain prominence in the second half of the season, as Xavi believes he will, Raphinha's game time could take a further hit. In that scenario, if the Brazilian international fails to explode and carve out a place for himself in the side, Barcelona could consider selling him in the summer window, with there being interest from the Premier League. Raphinha, for his part, is understood to be aware that he must do more in the final third, where Barca have been often heavily reliant on Robert Lewandowski. So whether things improve for the 26-year-old in the coming months remains to be seen. Since joining the club from Leeds United in the summer, Raphinha have not really been off to the mark as many people expected. I definitely think he's a very good player. We can see how he plays for the Brazilian national team. I think Raphinha plays so well. Might be the way Xavi wants him to play. He does not deliver in that way. To be honest, I definitely think it will be a big mistake if Barca ever consider selling him, if he does not perform. I definitely think he has that potential, So let's see, actually. But I still have that belief that Raphinha will come to his utmost best with time. He will come to his utmost best. When he came, I think the preseason, he brought that spark. He was doing well, like as though this season is going to be fire for him. But things just went down for him somehow, but he's still naturally talented, skillful, so there is no doubt about Raphinha's talents. There should be no doubt. I think Xavi should know that even better, so there's nothing there to be so impatient about. The fact that Xavi even uses Raphinha so wide, I heard the player does not really enjoy that style. Like, Raphinha does not play so wide. He wants to always come more central a little bit. And I think definitely that's where the problem lies. If Xavi can utilize or use him the way he is being used in the Brazil national team. I think it will be better. Raphinha is a very talented player, and there is no doubt about that. So let's see how things will go for Raphinha. But for me, I believe that Raphinha will come back to his almost best to play the way he usually played for the Brazil national team, where he's phenomenal. So let's see how it goes. Javi just needs to believe in him and, of course, try to use him well. I think there are some players who thrive more in certain positions than others. Like, for example, Javi prefers to use Osman Dembele on the right. But for Raphinha prefers the right as well. So there's a clash there. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, former Barcelona boss Pep Guardiola has said that for him, Lionel Messi is the best player and would have still been the best even if Argentina had not won the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Speaking ahead of Manchester City's Carabao Cup round of 16 tie against Liverpool, Guardiola praised Messi for what he has achieved in his career, saying while everyone has their own opinion, nobody can overlook Messi when discussing the greatest footballers of all time. He said, Leo Messi is the best in history, and my opinion about it would never have changed even if he had not won the World Cup with Argentina on Sunday, said the Manchester City boss, as quoted by Goal. He said, everybody has an opinion, but nobody can doubt that Messi is there. Messi, I have said it many times, he is the best. He explained his theory by saying that it is important to understand how Messi has been so consistent throughout his career. He added, for those who saw Pelé, Alfredo, Di Stefano and Maradona in their prime, their opinions are rather sentimental. He said, it would be difficult to understand that a player can compete with what he has done. With the people who saw Pelé or Alfredo Di Stefano or Maradona, well, their opinions are often sentimental. Concluding his words on Messi, Guardiola said that winning the World Cup is a fitting end on Messi's illustrious career. He said, if Messi had not won the World Cup, my opinion about what he has done for world football would not have changed anything at all. Of course, for him, it is a final achievement of an incredible career, he said. Messi, despite being on the wrong side of 30, broke several records during the 2022 FIFA World Cup. This includes becoming the only player to score in the group stage, round of 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, and final in a single edition of the Men's World Cup. During the competition, he scored 7 goals and provided 3 assists to finish with a goal contribution of a whopping 10 goals. To put things into perspective, Argentina scored 15 goals during the competition in regulation time. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.